Feminism and Ukrainian women. Guys, today we are discussing the level of feminism among Ukrainian women and what they really think about this and if they are really feminists, okay? We are trying to clarify this definition and why you guys have such a great problem with feminists all over the world, okay? Also want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe our channel by simply clicking subscribe button in the lower right of your screen. Do me this favor. I also want to remind you the schedule of our stream. We have some changes. My streams, as always, comes up every Thursday, 1 p.m. Ukrainian time, which will be 7 a.m. Eastern time, and every Saturday and Sunday, like it was before, 6 p.m. Ukrainian time, which will be noon Eastern time, okay? And Ivanka will stream from now every Wednesday and Friday, same time like we have streamed today, 1 p.m. Ukrainian time, which is actually 7 a.m. Eastern time. So don't forget, I will remind once again. If you forget or confused, just ask me. No sound? Oh my God. Now, can you hear me now, guys? Can you hear me now? Just let me know, guys, if you have some problems with the sound. Can you hear me, guys? Let me know, please. So I want to continue discussing. So majority of Ukrainian women doesn't accept ideas of feminine, you know, and the main bad things in it, guys, that most of people have perverted understanding of feminism. People have extreme vision and actually spoil the whole idea. So ignorant people also are fighting for stupid things, exaggerating their meaning. So I'm talking about Western women. Western women right now, you are complaining all the time that Western women, they are feminist, extreme feminists. So they are fighting not for the right principle of feminists, and now it becomes like something extraordinary and extreme. So I heard some, I did some research and I understood that some people, they're just fighting for have a specific sign on the restroom, you know, why the man is in the trousers and the girl is in the dress with two ponytails. Why not the woman can be can have short haircut or also can be in the trousers? I think these are strange things. Why should people can fight for this? Because actually the sign and the restroom, like every normal symbol of the woman, it's a woman in the dress, okay? Just to differentiate between man and woman. But when people make some rebellion, make some meetings and fighting for such things, I think that's the craziness and why you guys become a victim of such principles. So some girls understand the definition of feminism as when women are more important than men. In generally, it means women should have equal rights as men have. So that's position not right. Women just want to have equal rights for education, for good job offers, for good salary, and just to decide what's regarding her body, how many kids to have, and if they can interrupt the pregnancy. But they have all necessary tools right now for this information, all these specific pills, you know, they can go to the doctor, they can make abortion. My personal idea, I'm against abortion, of course, in any way. It's killing the kids, but I cannot blame people who sometimes go and make this abortion. If the people are really poor, if they have, like I mentioned, a lot of kids and the family is not actually well provided, maybe it will damage health of women to some extent. So I can understand, I can't blame. Of course, I can blame when it's just a stupid decision because people are not responsible, or when baby occurred due to some cheating or some things. Of course, it's not acceptable. But anyway, woman has this right to decide. And you know, feminism is not a tendency which makes women to abandon their husbands, kids, like kill kids, and to become lesbians, okay? That's a principles which actually, as far as I understood, Western women are fighting for right now. That's why you suffering, guys. Because in Ukraine, our local men, they are not suffering from feminism at all. Yeah, some women can be extreme feminists due to their bad experience. You know, the women who actually thinks all men are jerks, they're not good providers, they are lazy, and people who actually reject any relationships with men because they think they can be without men, they can earn, they can provide themselves. That's not the right vision of this tendency, and it mustn't be like this, of course, in case. But actually, feminism is not the right position of feminism. It's not about hating men. It's again just patriarchy, you know, and where all conditions and possibilities concentrated only in men's hand. So actually, women also would like to have the same rights. And I see, guys, you have a lot of questions. Yeah, I know what feminism team, why they go Muslim meeting team is husband can hit wife. This a good option, okay? This is right, and I hope everybody understand that for this, actually, women has right to fight because they're against domestic violence. That's correct. Yeah, that was Manabu. You are right. That was I was mentioning. Actually, it's sad story. I think feminism woman has serious domestic violence. Right. The girl, let's think, the small girl who was raised in love and respect and trust in a full family with good mom and dad who were treated her absolutely correctly, who had successful relationships with men, who is successful in society. Who can provide herself, who can get good education. She will never become like extreme feminists. Nothing to fight for. But unfortunately, the people with the bad experience who suffered from men, who had unsuccessful relationships and who meet this maybe gender discrimination, maybe in society or in workplace, these people start to exaggerate the problem and start to become feminists, but not the right one, their own ones, right? So you understand. And you know, what about Ukrainian women actually? I want to tell that majority of Ukrainian women, they never accept feminists' view. But as we mentioned, the woman who has normal vision of this, who wants her husband to share housekeeping duties, who also can decide how many kids she can have, who also want to have better education and better salary and better job offers. All these women can be considered to be a feminist as well as me. But that's a good feminist, right one. But Ukrainian women actually, they're looking just for better life. They never would like to dominate. They never would like to be more important than a man. If the man is a good husband, good father, who can share, who can help her about the house, who can be a good provider, the woman doesn't need to have these extreme points of view and to find and to fight and to claim for some strange principles. So actually, you know, Ukrainian women, like they are like 5 in 1. They can balance. Really, that's a great advantage of Ukrainian women. They can balance between being a business runner, business owner, okay, good mother, good wife, to cook, to clean, and still, even she earns good, even if she runs her own business, if she drives the car and she got very high position in society or maybe at her workplace, she still can be a good, nice, kind and feminine woman. It's not making her to be dominative and to show to society that man is nothing and I can do everything without men. So actually, Ukrainian women, if we are talking about that bad way of feminism, they are not like this. Harry, I hope you have sound right now. Yeah, many girls, they think they are above men and they keep men below their heels. That's also not only the guilt, not only the fault of girls, because, you know, men, also can make some mistakes, and some men become very weak because they cannot be good providers. They make some mistakes, they not treating well women. That's why it's a mutual process. Extreme feminists, they not appeared just due to their own idea, because they just want to be. There is always some background for this phenomena, you know, and if the Western women become like this, they also, I hope I am right, they also have a background and reason for being this, because maybe they have been discriminated and they just decide to improve the situation, but due to ignorance sometimes and due to bad past experience, people go their own way. Manabo, good. Harry, your computer is about to suffer from domestic violence as the sound has stopped working. Oh my god, very bad. Hear you well. Hi, hello, Cherry. Hello. Wonders why they fight against for gas price. Because the government actually increased the gas price for 23% right now, which is absolutely not acceptable, and people won't have any ability, majority of people, of simple average people, they won't have this possibility to pay right now gas expenses and water and electricity. And by the April they promise us to increase the price for 60%, which is absolutely impossible to survive. And that's only because we are trying to get into European Union, and we need to get these credits, and due to this. But actually, you know, Ukraine has her own gas, which can absolutely supply and provide all the population of Ukraine with their own gas. Instead of selling it and taking money, taking income and profits for them, they prefer to sell to their people for double price. Good politics. Okay. Harry, got your sound back without violence. Good, good, good. I have seen girls keep men below their heels even if the man is a good provider. Yeah, guys, we cannot, you know, we cannot discuss every single woman in the world. Of course, some of them are good and some of them are bad. Some people have their own personal characteristics, not due to feminists or just maybe for the culture, of the inner culture, for the methods they were raised by, you know, due to some parents' mistakes, maybe. You know, I want to share with you some story, just like unexpected. I just remembered. I have a friend, and we have been working together. She's a little bit older than me. She has 2 kids. Both kids are from separate husbands, okay, and both husbands just abandoned her. A very nice woman, actually, looking perfectly for her age. She's working, earning money. None of both husbands help her. None of them pay some help for kids. So she's trying to do everything by herself, and she's really suffering. She's constantly in a bad mood, and you know, she turned out to be a man hater. And these principles I see she's trying to implement growing in her ways of raising her older daughter, who is now about 20 years old, and she's constantly keep telling all men are jerks, all men are jokes, all of them bad. And due to her bad character, due to her unhappy past experience, she starts just to treat men as a shit, you know. She wants only money from them, not giving something instead. Her actually being feminine, okay, her softness, her kindness. She's a very good worker. She's a good mother. She cooks perfectly. She cleans. She washes. She do everything as a woman. But she's not kind to men, and she start to hate men. And very bad. I just spoke with her a few days ago, and we discussed this situation. All men she met now, she spoiled their relationship, not because men are bad, because she has this strange and awful attitude to all men, who is actually not guilty, and she tried to teach her daughter to be also bad to men. And in the age of 20, her daughter behaves the same, even in more exaggerated way, because her mother all the time keep telling the same bad things about men. So why do you think? Only because of a bad experience. She cannot understand that probably it was her own mistake somehow, okay, because both people are always guilty, you remember this. And I met a lot of such girls in Ukraine, and when she start dating, she always spoil the relationship. That's why when she has a new man, she always keeps telling, I need money, if he is rich or not. So I don't accept this point of view, and I don't understand this. And I told her once, just let your daughter learn her own lessons. Don't annoy her by teaching bad things, because she has her own destiny, and maybe her life would be much better than yours. Maybe she will be more wise. But by keep telling these bad things about men, you spoiled her psychology. And if she had a chance to be successful with men and in relations with men, she will always have this example of her mother in her mind, and she will always actually spoil the future relationship. That's also kind of feminism, you know, due to bad past experience. We can't discuss every woman because they have some personal issues why they think like this. We cannot blame, because I wish pregnancy could be, for example, rape and so on. Yes, I also, while doing some research, it was very old story, 1940. The simple country girl, she was raped, just imagine guys, she was raped by 40 students from some vocational school or something, and then she got pregnant. Of course she will do abortion, of course. Just imagine the situation. And who can blame her? Nobody. 40 men. Just think about this. But at that time, it was a great problem, and it was shame for her. Like if she gave the hint to men that she can be raped by 40 people. Just simple country girl. So that's why a lot of different situations, individual situations, which should be taken under magnificent glass, you know, to see all details. So we never can blame, because we are not in their shoes, actually, and we don't know the reasons why the people doing this or that. Children watching well, yeah. I want to know if women are worried about WW3 and Russians can invade Ukraine. Do you think war will break out in your country? I hope that the war will break in our country. It will be stopped, because a lot of young guys died already, and it's a great disaster for our country. But you know, I don't want to discuss politics now, but my opinion is absolutely clear. It's a fake war, I think, only because of money, and I think some people have very good agreement between both of them. It's very profitable and a huge income, and the country actually where people, politicians and deputy and president even have such nice houses, like 1,000 square meters, such cars, and have this own luxurious life, actually, when the army should beg for money, when the people and volunteer just collecting money to send them cigarettes, tea, some sweets, some food, some clothes even. I think it's unacceptable. And my point of view is very bad about this, so I don't want to discuss it here, guys, but you understand my meaning, what I mean. Hello, Hassan. Yeah, hello. Thanks for joining us. We are discussing feminism today, so if you have some questions, please, you have a chance to get direct my answer, honest one. Harry, let's hope to. Personally, I don't think outright war will break out, even though there has been limited war for 4 years. It will last. I hope it will stop. I hope, because people really suffering from this. And mothers and brothers and family members, they are losing their sons, and now even 18 years old guys are forwarded to the war, and they are dying every day. I see these announcements in internet. So that's not actually the war. It's kind of agreement, I think. Good evening, Chase. Good evening. Good evening, John Jung. Добрый день. You're late, guys. We are about to finish already. So for you to remind, we are discussing today level of feminism of Ukrainian ladies. So please let me know if you want to discuss some specific situations about this and to ask your questions. Please, I'm waiting for your feedback. Okay, Harry. I also think someone in particular wants to relive the glorious part. But as you say, Vita, probably best to keep politics out of the stream. Yeah. Because everybody has his own view, you know, and I was talking with one young guy, and he's a friend of my friend, and nice, handsome guy, seems to be very wise and smart, and we discussing, I asked him what's his job or something like this, and he told me he is volunteering at the war, and I just simply told him, like, oh my God, you are so young, why do you need to go there, and for what you are fighting actually? What you're trying to protect? His reaction was very negative, very negative. I never try to discuss these topics with people because you never know their reaction. Some people have their principles, you know, some have their own vision. The majority of people understand everything about this war, but some of them still, maybe they know better than us, maybe the guys who are involved in the process, okay, who are fighting there, maybe they know something which we simple people don't know, but his reaction was quite, you know, aggressive. So I prefer not to be involved and not to discuss it furthermore. Is there a possibility Ukraine will again have war with Russia or not? There is always possibility exist, you know. We have still this war, but I hope it will stop maybe this year. I hope, yes, but Russia, it's a great country, and never know what can come into mind of their president. So all the world actually should be scared because they never know what surprise he is preparing for the whole world, you know, especially having this nuclear danger. Yeah. And he can blackmail in many countries. Like they has war continues already East Ukraine. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, guys. So, guys, I want to ask you if you have some more questions about feminism or some other questions. So, please let me know. For those who just joined us, I want to remind our schedule. 1 second, Harry. What about the 70 plus men fighting there since 2014? Also sometimes happens, and lots of them, but of course they are volunteering. Nobody can obligate them to go there. It's volunteers, just people with strong principles who just decide to protect their countries. But I want to let you know also that volunteers, guys who came there by their own desire, they are not having, even after all, they're not having the status of warrior who were actually involved in the process. It's very bad about our politics as well. So the people who just do what they should do and they decide to sacrifice themselves, they don't given even those bonuses and some governmental help, which actually they must to get from the government. Unfortunately, yeah. Most Ukrainians are Orthodox. What do they think about remarrying? As remarrying a divorced woman means they are committing adultery. We are Orthodox. It's absolutely okay here to divorce and to get married once again. It's absolutely not a problem. People getting married and divorcing here constantly, and it's not a problem for the man to marry again woman with a child or with children, even if he really loves her. Some people not responsible, and if they don't care about their own kids, of course they don't want to take this responsibility for not their own kids, unfortunately, and it can cause some problems for some single mothers because men here just don't want to be responsible. So that's why they can meet a lot of problems to meet not for having sex, not to be as a lovers, not to date, but to have a family in the future, to get married again. Russian economical situation is also bad, like Ukraine or not, because price of dollar is a lot low in Russia as compared to Ukraine currency. Yeah, Russia gets some sanctions right now, you know, some ways which can damage their economy, and economic in Russian also only where is good. In Moscow, in St. Petersburg, maybe in Siberia. All the rest parts of the Russia, if you go there and if you see their countryside, their villages, they are much more in worse condition than Ukrainian one. So a lot of people drinking there, a lot. Majority of men in countryside, they are drinking heavily because of desperation, because of being lazy. I don't know why, just not to change their life, to move to bigger city, maybe to save some money, to buy ticket, to find job offer in the newspaper, in the internet, and just try to do something instead of sitting, drinking, and just damaging their lives and lives of their family. Unfortunately, that's the mentality of Russian people. In Russia, people drinks much more than in Ukraine, much more. Yeah. So, guys, I want to remind you our schedule. Ivanka will stream from the next week. She will stream actually tomorrow, guys, Friday, 1 p.m. Ukrainian time, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Saturday and Sunday I will stream 6 p.m. Ukrainian time on both weekends, which will be noon Eastern Standard Time, okay? And next week Ivanka is streaming Wednesday, Friday, 2 times per week, not like it was before, 5 times. 1 p.m. Ukrainian time, which is 7 a.m. Eastern time, and my streams as usual Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday 1 p.m. which is 7 a.m. Eastern time, and Saturday, Sunday 6 p.m. Ukrainian time, which is noon Eastern time. Okay, so let me know if you remember this schedule. Okay, and so I see for now you don't have more questions, guys. Hope you enjoy our conversation today and you find it useful for you, because you know, feminism can be good and feminism can be bad. We are choosing good feminism when actually woman has equal right in a good meaning, in education, in jobs offer, in earning money, in getting some rights to have better job positions, also to decide about amount of kids when they have, to whom with to have, and to get married with a loved person, not dictated by the parents or church or government or etc. You understand? 1 USD equals to 66 rubles and 1 USD equals to 28 hryvnia. Yeah, seems like Ukraine is much better than Russia for living. Thank you. Yeah, for now, I think yes. I told you only the main big cities in Russia, they have good life. Luxurious life, maybe like Moscow, St. Petersburg, but all the rest parts of Russia, they are working to provide these big cities, to give possibilities to the central region to have better life, but actually sacrificing and being victims themselves. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for joining us today. Thanks for your communication with me. I love all of you. I wish nice working day. And I hope to see, please join Ivanka's stream tomorrow, 1 p.m. Ukrainian time, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And, of course, I'm waiting for you next Saturday, day after tomorrow, 6 p.m. Ukrainian time, which will be noon. And I think we are going to discuss good ideas about presents. So let me know if this topic is interesting for you, and we can discuss it on Saturday stream. In the meantime, guys, have a nice day. Love you.